Imagine if your personal finances were the reflection of everything that you knew about managing money. Would you have more of it? If I was the walking embodiment of what I knew about health and money, I'd be a billionaire with six-pack abs. But the problem is, there's a gap. I need convergence between knowledge and application. I need convergence between what I know and what I apply.
Hello, I'm Phil Nosworthy, and I want to share with you a body of content that has very quickly gained a worldwide reputation for creating very deep reflection in high performers and helping draw even greater results out of teams already doing big things. It's called Convergence, and I think it's having an extraordinary impact because we're doing business and also creating our own lives in a time of massive and accelerating change. Now, that's not a new insight at all, but what is so easily lost on people is that a changing context demands a very different approach to success and high performance. The problem is that people all across the world are running old strategies that have entirely lost their ability to drive results in the modern context. For now, it's enough to say that talent and even experience are no longer the primary currencies of extraordinary impact or high performance. Our teams, as much as our own selves, well, we can really only accelerate our impact and results by focusing on and closing 5 really well-researched and predictable gaps that hold back personal and group performance. Let's take a look at the first one.
We are addicted to sucking in new information. I'm okay with that. But new information has to become a change in application and a change of behavior. Can you write this down? Knowledge acquisition is not growth. Now that is not anti-innovation. Please, journalists in the room, don't misquote me. That's not anti-innovation. That's not anti-information. That is pro-growth. Because give me a nod of the head if anybody in this room is busy. Yes? You're too busy to be reading stuff that you're not doing anything with. In other words, do less better.
Could you imagine if you were the walking embodiment of all that you knew? Wouldn't that be amazing? You see, the gap between what we know and what we apply is quite possibly the greatest gap in all of business life today. But the second great convergence that is needed is to close the gap between intention and action. What we want to do, what we mean to do, what we plan to do, and what it is that we actually get done.
Researcher Charles Duhigg has observed that as much as 40% of our daily life, 40% is habitual. Read the same stuff, from the same sources, about the same topics, talked to the same people, wore the same clothes, ate the same food, went to the same places, rested in the same way, moved in the same way. And I know this, as dorky as it sounds, that if all I ever do is all I've ever done, then all I'll ever have is exactly what I've got now. And I know leaders who are automating dysfunction in their life because it's never made purposeful. How will you be in the day? I'll be buoyant, optimistic. I'll be bold. I'll be courageous. I'll be courteous. I'll be patient. Whatever it is that is necessary for that day, I want you to bring a level of intention to your craft as leaders. The real work of organizational transformation happens at the level of personal transformation in leaders.
The third convergence we want to see is between identity and reputation. In other words, who we think we are and who they say we are. The fourth is the gap between confidence and courage. You know, confidence is an emotional state that comes and goes. And even high performers can mistake confidence for comfort, which would be a mistake because comfort can only come from repetition. And so to grow, we have to embrace uncertainty and increase courage rather than always depending on just how we feel. And finally, skill and character. This is one of the most profound areas of convergence needed in business and in life today. You know, we've done a marvelous job in recent years of optimizing for talent. But in doing so, we've also learned that skill without character can be disruptive and dangerous for the success of teams.
We will never be able to take our organizations to places that we have never taken ourselves. If we want health out there, we must have health in here. If we want functional teams there, we need to have functional constructs here. If we want courteous and courageous teams here, you know what to do here. We'll never go professionally where we're afraid to go personally.
Now, all of these ideas are fresh and alive and provocative and deeply inspiring to people who hear them. And I'd be honored to share them with your team, and I'd look forward to hearing from you soon.